Today our theme is the prayer of command, and our scripture is a story that's found in the Gospel of Mark, in Mark chapter 9, verses 14 through 29. And this incident occurs right after Jesus, along with Peter and James and John, have come down the Mount of Transfiguration, where Jesus was changed before them, and he was seen talking with Moses and Elijah. So they're coming down now, and we pick up the story. When they came to the disciples, they saw a great crowd around them and some scribes arguing with them. When the whole crowd saw him, they were immediately overcome with awe, and they ran forward to greet him. He asked them, "What are you arguing about with them?" Someone from the crowd answered him, "Teacher, I brought you my son. He has a spirit that makes him unable to speak. And whenever it seizes him, it dashes him down, and he foams and grinds his teeth and becomes rigid. And I asked your disciples to cast it out, but they could not do so." He answered them, "You faithless generation, how much longer must I be among you? How much longer must I put up with you? Bring him to me." And they brought the boy to him. When the spirit saw him, immediately it convulsed the boy, and he fell on the ground and rolled about, foaming at the mouth. Jesus asked the father, "How long has this been happening to him?" And he said, "From childhood. It has often cast him into the fire and into the water to destroy him. But if you are able to do anything, have pity on us and help us." Jesus said to him, "If you are able, all things can be done for the one who believes." Immediately the father of the child cried out, "I believe, help my unbelief." When Jesus saw that a crowd came running together, he rebuked the unclean spirit, saying to it, "You spirit that keeps this boy from speaking and hearing, I command you, come out of him and never enter him again." After crying out and convulsing him terribly, it came out, and the boy was like a corpse. So most of them said, "He is dead." But Jesus took him by the hand and lifted him up, and he was able to stand. When he had entered the house, his disciples asked him privately, "Why could we not cast it out?" He said to them, "This kind can come out only through prayer." And interestingly, some ancient manuscripts render that last phrase, "can only come out through prayer and fasting," which is going to be the next discipline we move to next week. But briefly, this prayer of command, Jesus has the power. He has the authority to command even unclean spirits, and they obey him. And to our ears, this story, it sounds like the boy has epilepsy from the symptoms that are described. And yet Jesus has the power to heal, to kick out unclean spirits, and to deliver people. And I find that personally inspiring and encouraging. But sometimes it takes on our end a regular discipline of prayer and fasting that builds up our faith and our confidence in praying, which to this point in the Gospels, the disciples weren't quite ready for a challenge this great. We start with baby steps, but it starts by taking the time to be with God in prayer, as we've shared throughout this week. I encourage you to make prayer a part of every day of your life, even if it's just for a few minutes each day.